Have you ever really liked a woman and she placed you in the friend zone? How did that make you feel? Additionally, do you think that she would have felt the way you did if you placed her in the friend zone? That's the basis of today's question. The question here is, can men do the opposite? Put her in the friend zone. I'm sure it will work as soon as she knows that she's being rejected sexually. Well, it sounds like a good idea on the surface, but it only works with one important element in the equation, and that is attraction. Right? So if you've ever been put in the friend zone by a woman that you really liked, then you felt attracted to her, but she didn't feel enough attraction for you, and that's why she placed you in the friend zone. So imagine if you were interacting with a woman that you didn't find attractive, right? You didn't have feelings of attraction for her, and she was thinking that she's going to place you in the friend zone now and just act like a friend. Are you going to care? For most guys, the answer is going to be no, because they don't find her attractive, so they don't feel like they're losing anything. And for most guys as well, the reason why they don't find her attractive is that they don't find her physically attractive enough, and that's why they're just not interested. Yet the way that it works with women is that they can look at a man and see his physical appearance and say no, right? He's not the sort of guy that they would normally go for, right? That's not her type, right? That guy's a bit short, or that guy's a bit overweight, or he's a bit skinny, or he's average looking and she wants a handsome man. That's what she thinks she's only going to accept. And if she's asked by someone, she may say that, yeah, a guy has to be good looking in order to get with her. She may say things like that. Or she may even say that a guy has to be 6'6" or 6'3" or something like that. But then she'll get with a guy who's approximately the same height as her, or in some cases a lot shorter than her. Or she may get with a guy who's just a bit taller than her, right? So she may be 5'7" and she gets with a guy who's 5'8" or 5'9". And a lot of guys don't really understand why that happens. So when they see it, they think, oh, the guy must be rich or something. But what happens is that women place more importance on a man's emotional attractiveness. There have been so many studies that have proven this, but essentially when you have and display the sort of behavioral traits that make women feel attracted and turned on, they look at your physical appearance in a more positive light. For example, according to a study published by the American Psychological Association, non-physical characteristics such as personality have a greater influence on attraction to a romantic partner for women. So while men are usually attracted to physical appearance first, and that's the most important thing for most men, women place greater importance on non-physical traits like personality, meaning that a man's character and behavior can significantly increase a woman's attraction to him. Additionally, another important quote here is that initial judgments of physical attractiveness can be influenced by non-physical factors such as personality traits. So if a woman doesn't initially find you that physically attractive, she can literally start to look at you as more attractive if you're displaying the type of behavioral traits that women are attracted to. Another quote, personality information produced significant changes in ratings of physical attractiveness for attractive, neutral, and unattractive targets. So that means if the man was good looking, that's what they mean by attractive. Neutral, that's like an average looking guy. And unattractive, which some people may say is ugly. Essentially, the man's personality traits significantly changed the rating that women were giving him in terms of physical attractiveness. So they're not talking about emotional attractiveness. They're literally rating his physical attractiveness higher if he actually has an attractive personality or attractive behavior. A separate study also found the same thing. Behaviors of a target person increase attractiveness, and in the study they were talking about facial attractiveness. Another quote from that study, personality increased the rated facial attractiveness, replicating a previous report. And finally, another study, women's preferences for male faces are associated with their preferences for personality traits. So for example, confidence and assertiveness, both of which were mentioned in the study. So as a man, it's very important for you to understand that a woman's attraction to you does work differently compared to your attraction towards a woman. If you listen to the media, they'll tell you that men and women are basically the same, and they can't actually show the sort of traits that women are really attracted to in men and talk about it openly, because people will say that it's sexist. People will say that men are bad for focusing on a woman's appearance, because they have to be careful about what they're saying. Because if they were to say things like that, then what's going to happen with all the women who aren't happy with their appearance, right? Which is going to be a very high number of women. There's going to be a huge backlash. So you're not going to get the media telling you what you need to do and the real way that attraction works. Instead, you have to be able to understand how the reality around you really works, right? When a woman interacts with you, she can literally look at you and initially say no, but then start feeling attracted to traits such as confidence, assertiveness, or you're using what I call playfully challenging humor, you're displaying masculine charm, and so on. There are so many traits that you can display, but when you start displaying traits that trigger attraction inside of a woman, then she literally starts to look at your face as more handsome. And it's so important that you understand that most men aren't looking for those sorts of traits in a woman, right? Most men don't care if the woman is insecure or confident. They just don't care. But women do care. So regarding this question here, can men do the opposite, put her in the friend zone? I'm sure it will work as soon as she knows that she's being rejected sexually. It's not going to work if the man doesn't know how to make her feel attracted, right? If he's displaying traits that don't make women feel attracted, such as self-doubt, insecurity, putting on a nice guy act, sucking up to her, being very nervous, and so on, then she's not going to care if he puts her in the friend zone. She's not even really going to notice. It's just going to be a case of him not trying to pursue her anymore. She's not getting rejected sexually by a man that she wants to have sex with. She sees that a guy who was showing her lots of interest, who she wasn't attracted to, has possibly gotten the message now and is no longer showing her that type of interest, or has possibly lost confidence. And in some cases, she may think that he doesn't find her attractive anymore, but because she doesn't feel attracted to him, she's not really going to care. And so many guys these days think that if a woman doesn't feel attracted to a guy, it's because he's not tall, handsome, and muscular. They forget about the fact that all sorts of guys get themselves a girlfriend or a wife. They don't have to look perfect. They don't have to be way taller than the woman or have a perfect physique, even though women do feel attracted to tall men. Women do feel attracted to men who have a muscular physique, who have put in the dedication to build their muscles and look strong now. Women do look at that and find it attractive. But I've been helping men for so many years with this, and I know that the majority of men who are tall and handsome do not go around approaching women that they find attractive. Instead, women that are less attractive throw themselves at the handsome man, and he then decides to get with some of those women because some of them are decent at times. But in many cases, handsome men don't get the kind of girls that they really want. The sort of women that guys look at and think, wow, she's hot. I bet she has a tall, handsome boyfriend who is a model. Often have a boyfriend who doesn't look as good as they do. And in almost all cases, the reason why he got her and why they're still together is that he had the ability to make her feel attracted and to shoot his shot. And she happily got into a relationship with him and she's still attracted to him. Yet, of course, sometimes a beautiful woman will have a tall, handsome man who is clearly a model or has model looks and a model physique. But you will also see women with men who don't look as good as they do. So it's important that you understand two things here. One, if you place a woman in the friend zone when she doesn't feel attracted to you, she is almost always never going to care about it. And two, you don't have to be perfect looking and be a tall, handsome model or a perfectly muscular man in order to attract women. You can make women feel attracted to you by displaying the sort of emotionally attractive traits that literally cause the woman to look at your face and your appearance as being attractive. Right? Because she's feeling attracted to you in the way that is the most important to women. And as a result, she starts looking at your appearance in a more positive light. And that's why you'll often hear women say, I wasn't initially attracted to him, but once we started talking, we clicked, there was a spark, we fell in love, and the rest is history. And what she's essentially saying is that she didn't find him physically attractive initially, but he made her feel attracted by displaying traits that women actually place the most amount of importance on. And the thing is, the absolute majority of men out there don't know about this. They're going through their life feeling depressed, feeling insecure, because women aren't reacting to them in the same way that they react to women with that instant attraction. And the guy's looking at her and so forth, and she looks at him as though he's there, or as though he doesn't even exist. And he's thinking, what's going on here? It must mean that I'm not good looking enough, but instead he just needs to walk up and talk to her and make her feel attracted, or if he knows her and he's been hanging around her and he's in the friend zone with her, he needs to start displaying the traits that actually trigger sexual and romantic attraction inside of a woman. Once he does that, she will literally start to look at his face as being more handsome. She will literally start to find him more physically attractive, and she'll be sexually attracted to him and emotionally attracted to him. She will want to be with him, and he just then needs to shoot his shot, and he's going to get the result because she's feeling attracted to him. That's what she's looking for. She wants a guy who can make her feel attracted based on him displaying traits that have nothing to do with his physical appearance, even though a man who is good looking is attractive to women, and a man who has a great physical appearance is attractive to women. Yet, as you now know, just because a man doesn't initially look very good looking to a woman, it doesn't mean that her perception of him can't change. If he's displaying the traits that most women place more importance on, which are non-physical traits, then she feels attracted to him and she wants to be with him. So if a guy has been in the friend zone with a woman and suddenly starts displaying traits that make women feel attracted, then she will feel attracted and she will care if he places her in the friend zone because now she has something to lose. However, it doesn't automatically mean that she's going to chase him because many women are afraid of rejection. And some women will react by showing him that she's still placing him in the friend zone, which then turns it into a whole bunch of mind games. This is why I recommend that men keep things simple when it comes to women. All you have to do is display attractive traits and shoot your shot. That's how guys all over the world get themselves a girlfriend or a wife, even when the guy is not successful in life or when he doesn't have the perfect physique. All you have to be able to do is make a woman feel some attraction for you and shoot your shot. The more attraction you make her feel, the more she looks at your face as being attractive. For example, she may have had an initial judgment of your face as not being the sort of face that she would typically find handsome or not being her type. But when you interact with her and you display the non-physical traits that most women place the most importance on, she literally starts to look at you as a handsome, sexy man. You are attractive to her. She likes the way that you make her feel, and that's why you'll often see guys with women and wonder, how the heck did he get her? What is going on? In almost all cases, it's simply because he displayed the sort of non-physical traits that cause a woman to feel attracted, and then he just had the courage to shoot his shot, and as a result, he's gotten himself a lover, girlfriend, or wife. It's not any more complicated than that. You don't have to play mind games and try to place a woman in the friend zone and ignore her or never contact her or anything like that. Instead, you just simply have to display attractive traits and she will feel attracted to you, and therefore, when you shoot your shot, in almost all cases, you get the result. Right? She wants you, you want her, it's all good.